AAA rating, but France is real. Their banks are more stuffed with this junk than any other country, basically. The French banks are in a terrible state, and the French government's in a terrible state, trying like mad to get Merkel to get the Germans to fund them. Well, the Germans seem to be funding everybody. And
well, there's only so much money in the well, right? I mean, eventually they're going to realize we can't afford to bail out. Well, it was dicing up with Greece. Italy's on the matter of France. I mean, completely, right?
Well, it's leading. Italy's huge, and it's going to lead. It's going to turn. The next focus is going to be on France. But it all hinges in Europe on the European Central Bank, and people hope that it's going to act like the Fed and just print money. And as Congressman Ron Paul so clearly said, he's one of the few politicians that sees this thing clearly and is prepared to tell the truth. The thing is, if they print more money, the whole lot collapses. But the European Central Bank is not just Eurozone. It's owned by the European Union, which has 10 additional countries. And Merkel already has tough time getting support within the Eurozone for these bailouts. Going to be even tougher from Europe. And their new governor, although he's Italian, is like Jean-Claude Trichet, who is French. They're both Germanic. They're both in there with a single mandate, not like the Fed that has a dual mandate, single mandate to stop inflation. And so they're most unlikely to start printing money like the Fed. And therefore, I think you're going to see a collapse of the euro, which is the second largest currency in the world. And that will bring on a recession, even a depression in Europe, which of course will spread to the American banking system, both in loans and in credit default swaps, derivatives that they've underwritten, then to investors because of assets they hold and investments over there, and then of course to bank liquidity in America.
But John, I could turn that around. I could turn that around and say what ails them could help us, right? There might be a flight to quality in our currency, anything dollar denominated, anything American, and that we would benefit by their misery. Or am I being too simplistic?
Well, the benefit will be for short term. In other words, in a sinking ship, those that go to the part that's not sinking, like the end of the Titanic, certainly benefited a bit over those at the forecastle. But there's going to be a surge. There's going to be a surge in the dollar as everyone flies out of the euro. But then people will question fiat currency paper, saying this isn't worth anything. Then there'll be the massive flight to gold and silver, which will be the real problem. And America cannot benefit by a recession.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much.
And riots.
All right.